Hey, what's up, guys? It's Godallion, and welcome back to Destiny! Bungie dropped a patch today, man. 1.1.1. And shit is a little bit crazy. I want to go over some of my favorite changes. The first one is going to be the buff to shotguns inside of PvE. Shotguns got a 100% damage buff to them, and they are absolute monsters inside of PvE. This does not affect anything like the Crucible or anything in PvP. It's not going to affect Iron Banner. It's only going to be affecting the PvE side of things, raids, strikes, anything like that. That's where the shotgun buff is going to be hitting. And I mean, man, it's drastic. It's really drastic. Double damage from shotguns inside of PvE is nasty. It's like you can pretty much one-shot, headshot a major. That's anything with a yellow health bar. You're going to be one-shotting that with a shotgun depending on the impact of your shotgun. I use it 2 to the morgue. It's got pretty healthy buffs on it for range, and it's pretty nasty. Anyways, outside of that, let's see. Damage got reduced for over-penetrate, or like the damage modifier. You can still over-penetrate through walls inside of PvP with snipers. We call that wall banging. Works out pretty well. The auto rifle nerf is mostly unnoticeable, man. I think where I noticed it most was inside the Crucible, where it's taking 1 or 2 more shots. Usually, I had 2 to 3 more shots to kill an enemy with an auto rifle than it did previously. This affects things like the Suros most heavily. Any of those slower firing auto rifles is where you're really going to feel that change. Let's see what else. Pulse rifles are good now, man. I saw a lot of people using the red death and the bad juju inside the Crucible and staying competitive, perfectly viable. They are good weapons to use inside the Crucible, as were before. They were not really all that good. So you got a bit of a buff for those, about a 9.7% buff, about. That's exactly the buff. So this brings me to the Necrochasm, because people were wondering if the Necrochasm would be buffed alongside pulse rifles, since the Necrochasm, do I have it on this character? I don't, I suck. The Necrochasm shows up in your ammo slot as a pulse rifle, so there was a little bit of speculation where people were wondering if the Necrochasm would get a buff alongside pulse rifles. It does not. It got a nerf alongside the auto rifles. Like I said, it's a negligible nerf, but since the Necrochasm already isn't very good, this kind of hurts. Going forward, fusion rifles, you're going to start with less ammo inside of Crucible, and the spread of the bullets is going to be a little bit wider, so you're not going to be able to snipe people from super far away with pulse rifles anymore inside the Crucible, which is good. I think that's a good change, and I think a lot of people kind of wanted that. Range on shotguns were supposed to be nerfed just a little bit. I noticed a little bit less range on my shotgun than I did previous to patch. What else? Hand cannons had their range kind of blurped a little bit, but it's really not all that drastic. Again, most of these changes are hitting the Crucible more than they're hitting in PvE, so if you're someone who likes to use hand cannons in PvE, you're really not going to be suffering at all. And also, honestly, inside the Crucible, the hand cannon change is not that drastic. Going forward, we got Vex Mythoclast! Vex Mythoclast got an unintentional nerf in the Crucible because it is still considered a special weapon, not a primary. And because of this, it got a small nerf to its starting ammo inside the Crucible. But Bungie did note in the patch that this was an unintended change, and they would be fixing it in a soon patch. So all of you who are upset about your Mythoclast getting a little bit less ammo inside of the Crucible when you start a round, well, that's going to be fixed. So Bungie is working on that. That's kind of weird that they knew about it and released the patch anyways. I think maybe they didn't want to delay it anymore, so that's smart, I guess. So that's what's going on with that. Outside of that, man, I think it's an overall pretty good patch. Oh, shit, I forgot to tell you guys. Enemies will no longer drop their heavy ammo inside the Crucible when you kill them. So this is a weird change. A lot of people in my chat on Twitch were pretty upset about this. I think it's a good change because I feel like it creates a snowball effect if you have heavy ammo, and you go against people with heavy ammo, and you kill them, you take their heavy ammo, and it's just this cycle of heavy ammo, heavy ammo, heavy ammo, and I don't know how good that is for competitive PvP play, though this game isn't very balanced to begin with. So they changed that as well, and then there's matchmaking added to the weekly strike, not the nightfall strike, not the raid. They said that these are things that they are looking at for the future, but it's not quite time to do that. I know a lot of people are kind of upset there's no matchmaking for the raid. I think normal mode raid should have matchmaking. That's my belief in it, because I think if you get like 6 random people together, I think for the most part people are going to know how to do the raid at this point. I think maybe like a month after the raids are released, they should get some form of matchmaking. That's my opinion on it. I think weekly heroic matchmaking is weird because I'm worried that people will sit at the beginning. The same thing would be for the Nightfall. I'm worried that people are going to sit there and just collect rewards, but I guess the same thing could be said for the Nightfall. If there's anything else important I didn't touch on, leave a comment in the section below. I'll try to get comments back to you guys, but that's sort of what sticks out to me. Let me know how you feel about this patch, guys. Do you think Bungie's making all the right choices? If so, if not, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out if you guys haven't already, and I will see y'all back inside of Destiny.